Hey, so the big thing is chickens in your backyard. We've been doing this for, I don't know, since 2015 or something. And we got chickens all over the place. So let me call them in and I'll show you some chickens. Hey, chickens, what's up? And I throw out some seeds. And you're going to see them all go to the seeds. Hey, guys, what's up? So this is most of them. And the reason we have so many is because Mother Nature is a beast. And she was killing everybody. And so I have tried to put up cameras, which I have cameras up. I didn't try. I did put cameras up, and Mother Nature still wins. So we have netting up, we have cameras up. I have tried to bait the coyotes, trap the coyotes, shoot the coyotes, and Mother Nature wins. Okay, so this is meant for people who are going, I would like to maybe have a chicken or two. So here's my suggestions for the person getting started. I'll make another video for more advanced or, I don't know, more questions you guys might have. But what are the bare minimums? So the thing you have to think of first is, I want to do chickens, and how are they going to live? Mine are free range, which means they are going to die. There's no way around it. Hawks are going to get them. It's mostly illegal to kill hawks. I think mostly means always, especially bald eagles. So basically, just consider it, if you're going to free range them, then hey, I'm a buffet for hawks, and some are going to die. Interesting in this flock right here, you'll notice that the vast majority are darker colors. So the black ones, I think, resemble ravens and crows, which hawks don't like. And so they make up the bulk of the flock, while some of the off-color ones, I'm actually surprised they're still alive. So I think they're a little bit wiser and they've learned to hide in the bushes more, but it's kind of funny. But so you need to decide, are they free range or are they in a coop? So we bought a coop from Cherokee Feed and Seed, and it's pretty big. I would say get the biggest one you can possibly get and put 2 chickens in it and then see how it goes. If you live in a neighborhood, or if you live in a house that has a fence, then you don't have to worry so much about the coyotes. You really have to worry about hawks, because I mean, hawks just fly anywhere. So something that would be good is, you want it to be tall so you can walk in here. There's food. We suspend it from the one of the bars that they roost on, and you can put water in there as well. Keep the food and water off the ground, that way it stays cleaner and for them, so you have to change it less. Chickens are a whole lot easier to deal with than ducks. We have some ducks somewhere. I think they're just hiding. They don't like the seed as much, but if you're in it, so that's another one. Why are you doing this? If you're doing it for the eggs, ducks actually are much better. The egg is better. If you want to cook the egg, then ducks are not the way you want to go. Duck eggs are not the same, even though they have a higher, a better profile for nutrition, and they're bigger. They don't. The texture of them is weird. So you don't really want. I don't know. I don't need those. I put 2 chicken egg or duck eggs in my smoothie every morning, so I just eat them raw. I also make them like pancakes because kids can't tell what's in there. But if I make scrambled eggs with a duck egg, they're like, no. And yes, I know some of you are thinking right now, wait, ducks lay eggs? Yes, they're a bird, they lay eggs. Actually, they're more consistent. So I have a couple, I have 3 or 4 actually one of the ladies just died by hawk. So I have 3 ducks, and they pretty much give me 1 egg a day between the 3 of them through the winter. So they're a little bit more consistent. Chickens don't start laying eggs until they're about 6 to 7 months old. They also don't really lay eggs when it's cold. So think about that. So if you want eggs to happen, you really want to start raising them in like February. So you can go to Tractor Supply and just buy some chickens. Typically, if you buy a straight run, then they're going to be female, but maybe not. And they can't really tell. It's a science. The sex parts of a chicken are on the inside, so they can't really tell. So these are the eggs we get. Most all of them lay brown eggs. Actually, all of them right now do lay brown eggs. And the color of the egg is determined by the feather on their ears. So this one's kind of whitish. So you give them a place. Weirdly, chickens know, hey, I should actually lay in this box. So just keep it, get some fluff in there so they don't crack them. Yeah, so this guy pooped in them, so I should probably change that. So these are the things to consider. One, what do I want? Do I want to eat the chicken, or do I want some eggs? Is it just kind of for fun with a little bit of egg production? And then am I going to free range them or let them stay in a cage all the time? So if they're in a cage all the time, then they're probably going to live, and it's really easy. They'll actually be fine. If you let them outside to roam around, they're going to taste freedom, and they're going to be a pain in the ass to you, rear end to you for the rest of your days because they want to get out. If you want to let them out, I found this guy right here super convenient. It's a omelet automatic door. So you can set it to open at a certain amount of light and close at a certain amount of light, or you can do it by time. You can also open and close it manually. It's got a light sensor over here, and it's pretty accurate. I found the coyotes actually timed it, and so they knew when the sun was in the right place, the door would open, and they wiped out 15 ducks. Fortunately, I had fertilized eggs, so we just created some more ducks. But if you do get this, it's expensive, but I would also add the $10 light on top. It goes off and shines for about 10 minutes before the door closes, and the chickens are like, oh, look, that's my cue. So chickens are weirdly well trained. They want to be safe and they want to go home. Ducks do not. They are dumb. So it's a totally different, I mean, not dumb, they're just different. Okay, so once you've decided, hey, am I, enclosing them in a structure, or am I letting them free range? You have to be okay with the losses, and chickens will lay the eggs in the right place. Ducks will lay them wherever they want. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. Pun not intended, but it should have been. So I do something called, I don't think you can do this if you have the chickens staying here all the time, but I do the deep composting. So really what that means is I never clean out the poop. So I just throw more chips on top, and it just continually composts. And it's funny, it works its way down, and there's some really great soil on there. So I'll show you our garden that I don't use as a garden because I stink at gardening. And try it. If you don't like it, don't do it, right? So this is something that the chickens are okay. I sort of enjoy it. It's a little bit tough, maybe a little bit more work than I intended. The ducks I am getting to enjoy less and less because they really need fresh water every day, and they poop in their own water, which is, weird and gross and all that, but that's what they do. So make a choice first. Do I want free range and happy life chickens, or do I want chickens that'll live in a cage, buy a bigger one, and just get 2 and see what happens? There's this thing I've heard where you can rent a chicken. So if you're like, Andy, I don't know if I want to do this, but I'll rent a chicken from you. Yeah, sure. I have no idea what that really means. I guess you pay me monthly for a chicken and then give it back to me if you don't like it, I guess. I don't know. But sure, whatever. If I could help people get chickens, I'm into it. They can live that chicken life. If you want to free range them, you kind of need to have more space. But the cool thing is you'll never have to pay for a pest control again because they will eat everything. Of course, they will also fly over everything and they will poop everywhere. Yep, and if you get a rooster, they'll do that. You can make them stop doing that, but that's part of it. So this is the first coop. This is the one of the first ones we got. We did, so this, I don't know if you can see it, this wire they call death wire, or the regular old chicken wire, and everything can get through it. So if you do buy something, I would put up this sturdier mesh wire, especially if it's outside where like coyotes, possums, or whatever could get into it. They will totally get into it, so you just gotta be careful. I also added my own latch. This guy's got a bottom latch and a top latch, so it makes it harder for critters to get in there, but man, they don't call him Wile E. Coyote for nothing. That guy is super genius. They figure stuff out, and raccoons and possums kind of have an opposable thumb, so watch out. So you'll see on this one, I also added a secondary lock. So, gravity keeps it down. I don't know if they're smart enough to open that. They never opened it. I have found snakes in here, and that freaked me out big time. The snake had a egg in its mouth, and of course, I scared him. He scared me. I swear it looked at me, and he's like, hold on. I have an egg in my mouth. Can you give me a minute? And he started like trying to choke it back out. And then eventually he got it out. I opened up this side door, and he just like slithered out. Of course, I found him the next day. And the problem there is, of course, if you try to hatch your own chickens, which I have roosters, then if you do it out here, they totally get eaten. I'll make another video on what I do to get chickens out. Now, the weird thing is 50% of the time, it's going to be a rooster rather than a hen, and you have to be okay with either eating Mr. Rooster or something. I've tried to adopt a bunch of roosters, and it goes okay until springtime comes around, and they say you need one rooster for every 10 hens, or 10 hens for every 1 rooster. Otherwise, he really beats the crap out of them, and that is true. So I had to harvest down my roosters, which I treat them like farm animals, but most of my family call them pets. So the other thing, if you're going to create or hatch your own chickens, you just got to be aware Mother Nature is cruel. Sometimes chicks come out perfectly fine. Other times they don't. You need to figure out, well, I've got a chicken or a chick that definitely is not going to make it. What do I do? Yep, that is a tough decision, and wow, that's a struggle. I do hunt, and I'm not a prolific hunter or a really huge fan of it. I don't like to kill things, but I figure if I'm gonna eat meat, I should probably figure out what's going on with this stuff. Anyway, so we had one baby chick that had a massive kink in his neck. I don't know why, but he needed a good chiropractor, so I sort of called him Mr. Hellsprout, because that's a great chiropractor, but he made it for way longer than I ever thought, and then eventually he could not look up very well, and really they need to keep one eye on the sky in our situation, and so he got taken. So another thing that is really cool is you can take any of your waste. I'm gonna see if I can do this one-handed, and you can give it to the chickens. They eat anything. So this is actually a Costco taco tray, and we just didn't eat it. So I am going to throw the whole thing out somewhere where they will eat it up. And what's up? Hey guys! Hey guys, what's up? So weirdly, chickens eat chicken, and they're gonna eat that cheese, they're gonna eat the lettuce, they'll eat everything eventually. And what they don't eat, it'll attract bugs, and they will totally eat those bugs. I also got some lettuce that kind of went bad, so we're gonna get that. So the amount of waste you put out goes away as well. Okay, so let's say you've decided I wanna buy a coop, and I want to just keep them in there. So if you're in a fenced-in area, no big deal. I think you could just be good with that and don't let them out. If you don't have a fenced-in area, something I would recommend is putting on this extra mesh. And the other one is, I don't know if you can see it, but I put down mesh. I guess I should describe this for people who are listening. So the chicken coop is probably 4 feet by 8 feet and maybe 6 feet tall at the top. And it's pretty spacious, so you can get an idea of the box. It's got a slanted roof. So this chicken wire, I think you understand. The mesh, I think you understand. The extra latches, I think you kind of get. I put extra latches from Home Depot on there. What I'm looking at right now is some larger squared, I'm not going to call it chicken wire. I'd call it wire. I don't know, fencing wire. The one I actually had just extra laying around, so maybe from the last owner. This one is coated in rubber, and I laid it around the coop, and actually in some places the coop is actually on top of it, so that if a critter came to dig, they would have to dig through metal mesh, and that's obviously pretty hard for them to do, so it would be tough. If you notice right here, I've got a insulating arm, because I had electric wire running around the bottom, but chickens are pretty dumb, and I'm pretty dumb, so I didn't consider that. Well, I'm going to fry a bunch of chickens, and then of course the grass would get on it and short it out. So that was just a bad idea, but it was an attempt. I wouldn't go all out. I would just be okay with, hey, some are gonna die, oh well, and I'll try again. Yeah, you see them eating all this? They all came out. They're like, yummy. So I threw out the tray, and they're just picking away at it. Weirdly, chicken eats chicken. They're omnivores. They would eat anything. They avoid the things they shouldn't eat, which is, weird. They're smart like that. So I would put a skirt down so that they can't, somebody can't dig into it. I'm gonna go around the side here. I also know that for us, the wind pretty much comes in from this side, so I have put up a wind guard. Well, actually my wife did. And I think what I'm gonna do is actually put a piece of plywood around this whole back so that it's always protected, so it gives them a much greater protection from the wind, and maybe do the same thing on this other side. So they got 2 sides completely covered. Now in this coop, there's an inside bit where they can lay eggs, and they can also just go in and hang out. So I've already showed you that. I'm gonna open this door again. So they can get out of the elements if they really want to. Something else that I found super helpful for predators is I got these solar powered or battery powered, solar charged lights from Home Depot. And it's got a motion detector on it. So at night, they got a little teeny glow to them, and then when something walks by, it flares up, and that lets me know there's a coyote outside, and maybe I can try to shoot it. So far, I am super unsuccessful at being awake and available. Weirdly, coyotes like to be out at night, and at night, I like to go to sleep, so it doesn't really work so well. What else can I tell you? If you decide to put this thing outside, yes, outside of a fence, you definitely need that mesh down and the protection. You want to make sure it's watertight so that they can be dry. Chickens are kind of dumb about water. Ducks obviously love it. You know, ducks take to water like a duck takes to water. And if you're going to let them free range, one way to always get them to come back is to feed them some. So weirdly, you always have to have inputs. I thought I could do this and just let them free range, but they were going nuts with hunger. So what I do is I've got the top bucket. I've got a, I don't know, looks like maybe a 20-gallon bucket from Tractor Supply on top of some 5-gallon buckets with spin tops on them. And they've got bird food in them. This way it's outside. The mice are going to get them. The mice are everywhere. I've got mouse traps and chemicals or whatever for the mice, those death homes. But the mice and field rats or whatever, they're gonna go in here and you can, well, some of you can see it. They climb up every night and they eat acorns up here and poop and all that. So I gotta clean that up well, not every day, but when I spin them off. So the food is easily accessible, it's outside, it's rodent protected, the rodents will find a way, and it keeps it super dry. Originally I just had them out where the barrels were sitting out and of course the water would seep through the lids, so I ruined a whole bunch of food and that was stupid. Another thing you need to consider, if you are doing this for eggs or for the meat, not just for funsies, then you want to buy food for the chickens that meets your needs. So if you're just gonna go to Tractor Supply and buy all the bad food that's out there, then I don't know if you're really doing much for yourself. You might as well spend a little extra money to get the organic-ish food. Pam from the gym goes down to Marietta-ish to buy one that does not have soy in it. So I admire that. I haven't gone that far. I do buy organic, but it does have soy in it. I guess it's organic soy, but I don't really want soy. So that's a tough one. I know Tom has got chickens, and there was a couple other people that were talking about starting chickens. It's interesting, it's fun. I would say just do it and see what happens. It's better than nothing. If you want to try it out and rent a chicken, you know, go for it. I'll help you out. I don't know what that really means yet. If you have a doghouse, you can actually put them in a doghouse and then let them outside, and they know what home and safety is. Really, they just need a place. If it's a hen, well, actually, if it's any of them, they just need a place to roost. So let me show you what that looks like in here. So they had 2 or 3 roosting bars that they would ride on, and then I stupidly put another one up here. And that roosting bar now becomes the main roosting bar that everyone wants to sit on because it's the pecking order and, you know, it's real and everyone wants to sit high. So it's funny, you can see those who are shamed, especially the other roosters that aren't in charge, get put on the lower bars. Actually, here is the main rooster. And if you look at his legs and those spurs on them, I don't know if you can see that. He has got, I don't know, that's like, that one spur right there is probably 3 inches long, and his legs are tremendous. You'll notice the top of his comb is a little frostbitten, so it's black. Should heal itself over time, but yeah, that happened. Oops. I guess he was protecting everyone, or took the brunt of the wind and let the chicks stay hidden. So you notice this little bird, not little, she's normal size, has a bit of a comb, but not nearly as much comb as that rooster. And of course, that would tell you she is a hen. So some hens don't have any whatsoever, but some have. Yeah, go ahead and do that again for us. No? So you can put a throat closer, a little like Velcro strip around their neck, and it'll stop the roosters from crowing. But I have enough space here, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's for the brand new person. If you're thinking about doing it, you can make this pretty easy on yourself. You can get a doghouse with one bird. I think the bird would be kind of lonely, so that might not be fun for him. And I don't know. I wouldn't say make him a pet, but people do put chicken diapers. There you go. They put chicken diapers on them and let them go through their house. Man, that is not me. I will say, before we had them like over on one side of the house, they would go around the entire house and they would clean up all the critters, the bugs, and we never had any bug issue. It was pretty cool. All right, that's 20 minutes. I think that's good on chickens. I will make one a little bit more in depth and give you an idea of how it grew and maybe what I do for incubating and making chickens. Not making them, that sounds weird. Letting them make them and I just hatch them for them. All right, y'all be good.